Hello and welcome everyone.
Hello.
I'm Veronica.
And I'm Valdemar.
And it's time to laugh.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. I don't know this guy. It's another one of your recommendations.
Yeah, with some of the recent recommendations, the bar is not all that high, but it's high enough. I expected at least one laugh.
Haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate. But yeah, I was very reassured. I was assured by our audience under the last video of Greg Davies, whom we didn't like, that they said that they also don't like him. So
this was the one about the teacher? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not very great.
This is from a recommendation. I think quite a long time ago. So if you don't recognize it, if the person who recommended it is not here anymore, sorry. I mean, I can't apologize to you if you're not here.
It's
but
on the Conan show, from what I see. So maybe it seems to be better. It should be better, right? Yeah,
I think Ismo with his language comedy on this show, and then also all the episodes with Norm Macdonald, and everything was solid. I think they seem to choose pretty good comedians for their performances.
Yeah, but the whole Conan show is pretty funny. Yeah. Also the ones with this other guy who was late.
With Jordan?
Yeah.
I saw, we will watch a couple more from Jordan. We still have a couple of requests. And I also saw one where he's made to clean up his office. So we'll see that.
I said it before on this channel that from all those Tonight shows, the Conan O'Brien is my favorite one.
Yeah.
Much better than
he's my favorite guy too.
Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, the guy who leads it is my favorite.
Yeah. Do you know this guy that everyone hates? The fatter guy, he's called
the one that has
James Corden.
The one that has the spinning wheel where you have to eat the spicy things. My friend was a big fan of his, so I've seen quite a few episodes because she made me watch them.
I heard that he is not a very nice person, and I believe those accusations. He has this look.
I've never heard about it.
Oh, I heard he is horrible. Like that, he's very, he treats his staff horribly.
Really?
He has a very high opinion about himself.
I wish the institution of celebrity didn't exist.
Yeah, that's true.
I just wish I could enjoy the content and not worry that someone is horrible. I wish it was all with just really old writers. I don't know, like Dostoevsky. Do I care who he was as a guy? I don't know anything about him. I don't want to know anything about him. I just want to read the book. And it's the same here. I just want to watch the stand-up that you do. I don't want to know what you did, especially what you do sexually. I just don't want to know. Can you, or maybe it should be when you're a priest, that once you are filmed and you become a celebrity, then you have to be in celibacy. And you basically you can't do anything.
So
it's like a monastery.
Like priests.
Yeah, like priests. They said no, but not like priests, more like a monastery. So you're not allowed to do anything else. You can just do the art, and that's your sacrifice.
I think Michael Jackson approves your message. Michael Jackson is great.
Not like that.
It's the best idea I've ever heard.
Like a monastery. There's only you and other artists. And with no, you can't do anything with other artists. I don't know. This is idea is a work in progress. You can help me in the comments. But today we're watching...
they should all be eunuchs. They have their things cut off.
You can still do some things if you're... I don't know if that's a good solution. Like I said, and also I don't know if it applies to YouTubers or not, because you are also in the public.
Well, if you're under 100,000 subscribers, then you're safe.
Please don't subscribe. Today
we wake up tomorrow in this 101. Then get to do it.
Yeah, that's especially scary for me, right?
Well, there is the woman's circumcision.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Why are we...
especially for 1,000 subscribers.
Today we're watching Daniel Sloss, and that's an awesome surname, by the way. And he'll be talking about the difference between the violence in the US and the UK.
Yeah, I think it's basically about the knives versus guns, right?
Probably.
I think I prefer the ones in the US. You have a better chance to die, but at least it's... fast.
Yeah, I know a little bit about the violence in the UK because I studied in Scotland. And I went to the nightclubs. Sometimes I also worked in a nightclub for over a year. So I've seen some violence.
Yeah. Okay, ready?
There we go.
Like what you've done with the place? Seems to be going well. You're all tense. It's fine. I still get tense about my country. I'm from Scotland. I like explaining Scotland to some Americans. Scotland. Oh, so you're English. The opposite of what you just said. Stupid Canadians.
So you can be from Scotland and talk articulately.
Yeah, and he has a very mild Scottish accent. Nice one.
I would never guess that it's a Scottish accent.
It's been a bit, not necessarily rough, but obviously you know us from one movie. Don't say Train Spotting. The other one, Braveheart. Remember that whole movie where we chanted about how awesome we thought freedom was? Freedom, freedom. And then we had a vote on freedom and we were like, I don't like it anymore. I preferred it when Mel said it. I'm trying to be more politically engaged. I just can't. The news confuses me. Not only does the news confuse me, people who watch the news confuse me. They talk in riddles. All my friends be like, Daniel, don't watch the news. The news is lying to you. And I'm like, all right, cool. Who told you that? The other news.
Yeah.
This is already more complicated than House of Cards. I think the news gives too much information, and I'm very aware that that sounds like something an idiot would say, but welcome to my comedy. Like, it's just too, it's very, very confusing. Don't even get scared by the news. I get jealous of people that get scared. Because if you get scared by the news, that means you understand what's going on. President says something, you're like, oh no. I'm like, what did he say? I watch the news like I've just joined in on season 7 of Game of Thrones. Just there on the couch with my friends being like, who's this guy?
I feel very
Is he a
hurt.
bad guy? Oh, we don't know. Cool. What about her? She a bitch? She looks like what I thought, so I called her. So they like kill each other and stuff? They have sex? No, they don't. Who's he having sex with? Putin? No way. It's like, very tense, nice. It's like, I like watching the news over here in America. It's insane. I feel there's too much information on the news sometimes. Right? I was watching last time I was over here. A man had murdered 2 people in a park, right, with a gun. It's important to point that out. It's the difference between my country and yours. We have violence in the UK. It's just a bit more stabby. And obviously stabbing's bad, but for me, I prefer it. It's a bit more honest. Right? I could be killed from across the street with a gun, right? Never have any idea who did it. But if I get stabbed, like, I'm willing to take up to 40% of the blame for that. Like, some of that is on me. Like, you wanted to stab me more than I didn't want to be stabbed at some point. Like, you got better cardio, you were hiding in a tree, you've earned the wallet. Take it. And it's not a critique, it's the differences. I like pointing out the differences. And I'm very aware that sometimes the differences make me sound like the idiot, right? Try to explain to my American friends, we don't have guns in the UK. They're like, really? No guns? I'm like, no, of course not. They're like, what about your police officers? I'm like, of course our police officers don't have guns.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what do they have? Oh, you know, sticks.
Yeah, I heard about this, and is it true? I never asked you about that. That in the UK there is police with guns and there is police without guns,
There is police without guns,
and they
yeah.
need to shout like "Stop! It's armed police," something like that.
Something like that, yeah. But I've never seen it live. And
But when you saw the police officers in UK, were they having guns or not?
there's not that many police officers. Because I'm trying to think of all the police officers I've seen. And I lived in a student city. And I haven't seen that many.
It's bizarre.
Yeah, and especially, I mean, there was sometimes at night, but it was like the main street of a student town. So every night, basically, of the week, not even the weekend, not even only the weekends, there were people pouring out on the streets. And I don't think there was the police there all that often. I've never seen the police interact with anyone, for sure.
In Poland, the police is always armed. Every police officer is armed, and it's like the only times that you will ever see a gun in Poland. And also, it's like the scariest encounter you can have during the night. Like, Poland is, I said it before, Poland is very safe unless you stumble upon the police. Like, it's not that bad as in US, but it's still pretty bad.
It's still pretty bad.
They are really not getting paid well, and I'm sorry, but they usually are not very smart, especially the ones that you will meet, on day-to-day basis, like patrolling the streets. Yeah. They are very incompetent, and they will, bump up their statistics by doing some trivial, stupid things, like, catching the peoples that are crossing on the red line by foot, I mean. Or like they will bother students, that are just chilling, drinking some beers in parks. I mean, not even in parks. Like you have those, like in one of the cities that I lived for a while, there is this place, and it's like an island. And students, it's basically for students. It's like for people to have like kind of like picnics. Mm-hmm. But it's basically for students to drink.
And it's allowed to drink out there, right?
No, it's not. Okay. It's not, but it's like an unwritten law, And the police will go there like a couple of times during a day. When they are patrolling, they will give some tickets and they have a norm done for them. And it's like really, if you're in Poland, then just don't have any encounters with the police. You will be on the safer side because...
Have I ever told you my school had some kind of an under-the-table deal with the police about smoking? Because we had a park adjacent to the building, so everyone was going out to smoke on the break. Everyone, and there was the police there, but also the mini police that we have in Poland. I don't think you have that in the US, like not real police.
Yeah, the guards
like
of the
guards
city.
of the city, something like that. So they would, especially the guards of the city, they would drive around the park and they would like stop by us, and we would hide the cigarettes out of respect, but they have never written anyone down, and there was always some police on the patrol there, and we were all 15, 16. Don't smoke, especially at 15 or 16. But yeah, so they're also that's kind of the image of the police in Poland. This is how safe it is, unless someone gives you some money, and then it's not that safe anymore.
They are not corrupt at all.
Yeah,
not at all. Let's go back. Sorry.
Sticks. How do the sticks work? Well, if you're being a dick, the police will go, "Aye!" Stop being a dick! And 90% of the time, that is enough to make a British person go, "Oh, terribly sorry, I do apologise, I was."
yeah, that's
The
how
other
it should
10%
be.
of the time, if the dick stick is not enough to deter you from your general dickery, I definitely went over my budget on the word dick there. Right, that's when police officers in Britain will get serious. They'll go into their inside pocket, bring out a pen. Oh, now you're screwed. Oh, our police officers might not take your life, but they will take your name. And give it to your mum, and that's worse than death in my experience. I grew up in a place called Fife in Scotland, right? Quite violent Fife. My favourite statistic about Fife is that you are not more likely to be stabbed in Fife than anywhere else in the world. But if you are stabbed in Fife, you're more likely to be stabbed repeatedly. Because when we commit a crime, we commit to that crime. So this man, he'd murdered 2 people in a park, right? I think we can all agree, by and large, dick move. Thoroughly not cool, Stephen, real not cool. He went to prison for 15 years. That's the whole story. That's the whole story. I gave you the entire story there in less than 5 seconds. 45 minutes. I watched this newscaster give irrelevant information about the murderer that didn't affect the story. The man who murdered the 2 people was described by his neighbours as a marijuana-smoking porn hoarder. Don't make me like him. Like, those are very mixed signals. You started off by saying he was a dick. Now he sounds cool.
He was
It
nice.
was really cool. The ending, I think I liked the least.
It should end on a higher note,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, but I think it's the fault of the bit that they chose to cut out, because I don't think that was the whole bit.
Yeah. It didn't feel... he
should
didn't
have-
say goodbye. He didn't say nothing. So maybe there was something more. I
I
don't know.
think they should have cut it in a way that, like, how you're supposed to cut the conversations with your friends. Like,
Maybe-
you want to have another conversation, you know?
Maybe he really said dick too many times and they had to cut the rest.
Maybe.
And like, okay, that's enough. Sorry, but the rest people just won't to see. I'm sorry.
He seems like a really pleasant guy, like a guy you would like, right?
I don't know. I don't make those kind of assumptions
I do.
based on 5 minutes
I do.
of a show.
Guys, let me know what you think so we can make these assumptions together.
But I noticed his Scottish accent later. You were right. But I think he should learn all the Scottish people how to speak. And if they have such... Yes. And if they would have such an accent, I would enjoy them much more.
But honestly, about 5, that's so true. When
What is it?
It's a city in Scotland, but when you live in Scotland and you listen to the news, all the news are about 5.
It's like my US Florida? Worse?
Less refined, I'd say.
That's fine.
Because in Florida, at least, there's nice houses and alligators and politics going on, and the sun and the palm trees and everything. And in 5, there's stabbing and alcohol.
It's a big city?
Grave. No, not really. I mean,
You were there?
No, I wasn't. I was never there.
You shouldn't be. It would sound like home, right?
Stop hating on my hometown.
Yeah. Interesting
Yeah, he
comedy.
He looked a little bit stressed at points, but in an adorable way. I think that's why I had a good vibe from him. And I think for the future, when I'm looking for the recommendations, I will be considering these Conan appearances, because I think you were right what you said at the beginning. They are usually pretty solid performances.
Yeah. Guys, let us know how it is with police in your countries. I wonder, especially if you are from other countries than US, because like
we all
know
hear
how
about
it's
your
with
police in the US. But
Yeah.
but you can, if you are from the US and
Don't
maybe
share your trauma to everyone else.
I'm curious if there's some variation in the people in the US between different states. I'm sure there is. So maybe if you know about that, that's something you could share.
And also, it's complicated in the US because you have normal police and then you have like sheriffs,
Yeah.
and they are the ones are not bosses of that ones. They are like different agencies. And also you have FBI, which is the federal institution, and they are kind of more important, but also they don't have like a jurisdiction over the local police.
Oh yeah, that's actually interesting. So like if I'm 16 and I'm drinking, or 18 even in the US, and I'm drinking on a bench, and an FBI agent happens to pass through on his super important mission to capture, I don't know, some mastermind, and he wants to write me up, can he or not?
No idea.
That would be an interesting question.
It's weird. Like, you know, with the Luigi Mangione guy, like he has those two cases now, and one is the federal one and the other is local. Like it's the same basically, but
Yeah, and then you get sued twice, right?
yeah.
Fascinating. Okay, thank you very much for watching with us. Don't forget to check out our movie channel. We already have like 5 movies there, so check it out.
Maybe more even when we are watching this. We can have like 100 when you are watching this, so definitely check it out. Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah, sure. And check out our Patreon as well. We have quite a few patrons already, so maybe you want to join the team. That would be pretty sweet.
And then you can be listed on our...
on the panel you saw at the beginning of the video. And there are more perks.
If you didn't skip it. Because if you skipped it, then you haven't seen it. Yeah. So it's it's better to watch our videos without skipping them.
Thank you very much for watching with us. Bye bye bye.
Have a nice day. Goodbye.